thing I questioned on 9/11 was simply the fact, where were our planes?
Fighter planes would be scrambled, that is, sent up into air immediately, within minutes. Well, they didn't go up after 9/11.
At no time, to my knowledge, did we have any fighter planes up in the air. Why?
There was a young man who would come in and say to the vice president, the plane is 50 miles out. The plane is 30 miles out.
According to law, they all should have been up there, and not one went up. Well, that could only happen if somebody had told them to stand down.
Do the orders still stand? And the vice president turned and whipped his neck around and said, "Of course the orders still stand. Have you heard anything to the contrary?"
I really learned about it when McNamara did his tour with film and he came to Harvard when I was teaching there.
What would you say to him if you were in a room with him?
I would ask him why we were lied to and what the purpose was for it.
Human history has been one long struggle of the independent free human against organized crime syndicates attempting to enslave him.
In the early 60s, the Pentagon had an operation called Operation Northwoods. It was on the table that our military would attack certain cities within the United States and make it look like Cuba did it to justify an invasion of Cuba.
What else could they have done, as far as I'm concerned?
The New World Order is using terror to scare you into submission, and they will be defeated. Poor people are waking up every single day. You cannot hide the truth. You will not hide the truth. In 1933, Adolf Hitler staged a terror attack on the German Parliament building, the Reichstag, to blame it on their political enemies and set up a police state.
Now, archived CNN footage has surfaced.
As you can see behind me, the
BBC World had reported that Building 7, also known as the Solomon Brothers building, had completely collapsed over 20 minutes before its actual implosion. It then emerged that Aaron Brown of CNN reported from a rooftop overlooking Ground Zero that Building 7 had collapsed over an hour before it actually fell.
We are getting information now that one of the other buildings, Building 7, in the World Trade Center complex, is on fire and has either collapsed or is collapsing.
Oh, really? You heard that some people think it's the government?
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that.
It's a very convenient way of ensuring there is fear, of ensuring that there is control.
Well, apparently, Aswat was working for British intelligence.
I think people should give up their liberty for freedom.
Thermite had to be planted in the buildings, which of course implies directly an inside job. Someone had to have access into the building.
We watched the building collapse.
My friends, never give up your liberty. Stand up against tyranny. Learn the truth and find out who has the motive.
And you realize that if they would do it in the 60s, they'll do it again. If it works once, it'll work again.
It's about greed and power, and it's nothing about keeping America safe.
George Bush carried out 9/11. Do you think some people in a cave, were able to have NORAD stand down?